Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be on something that I've seen all over YouTube for the past 6 months or so, and it is applying powder before foundation. I know, it's crazy. I'm sure you guys have seen Jackie Ina's video, Casey Holmes did a video. I believe this whole baking or powder before foundation thing, not baking, it's powder before foundation, was originated by Wayne Goss. If you guys don't know who he is an amazing makeup artist. He does YouTube videos as well. He's pretty amazing, so I will link him down below since he is the originator of this. And we're just gonna get started. So first thing, because I have watched a lot of YouTube videos just on proper procedure. I feel like a doctor when I talk about stuff like this, but there is a method behind it. So I kind of wanted to make sure I did it properly. So my face is moisturized and I have my eyes done. Please forgive me for this eyelash if it looks a little wonky. I tried out these new eyelashes by Kiss and I love the style, but the band is a little weird, so it might be flipping up. Regardless, let's just get into it. So my face is already moisturized. I am going to start with a primer because it does say to prime your face. So I'm going to use what I would normally use because I have been in love with this thing ever since I started using it a couple weeks ago, and it's the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Coconut Water Primer Stick. Absolutely love this. It's so good for filling in the pores, and it just helps to make my makeup stick to my face. So really love that. So I am going to just apply that. Now, the whole concept behind doing the powder before foundation routine, I guess, is to refine the pores, make your makeup last longer. And just a little disclaimer, I have heard that this is not a good method if you have dry skin. I have oily skin, so I have heard that this is good if you have oily prone skin or a lot of breakthrough throughout the day, which I definitely do. So again, if you have dry skin, I would not, well, I would proceed with caution. I'm not going to say not to try it because everybody's skin is different. But this is just what I've heard through the grapevine of YouTube. So proceed with caution. Okay, so my face is primed and I am going to be using today the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation Plus Concealer. The reason why I'm using this is because it is full coverage and it's a good shade match for me. I have been self-tanning, and so that's kind of singled out a lot of my foundations as inappropriate for my skin tone at the moment. So, but first thing we're going to do is go right in with the powder. And I am going to be using the Coty Airspun powder. Now, a little disclaimer, I have heard that you're supposed to use a translucent powder, something that does not have color, but this is not, let me see, this is translucent extra coverage. So I figured it would be appropriate because we are trying to get a little bit more coverage from this method, which I heard is what it's supposed to do. So I am going to, because method of application is very important, supposedly. Let's use this one. It's my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, and I'm just going to use this to apply the powder to my face. Let me zoom you guys in just a little bit. So I'm going to use this to apply the powder, which I already have here. And I've heard that you don't want to go crazy. I've seen a lot of people go overboard when using this technique. They like cake their face in powder. So I'm going to not do that. And I am just going to apply this to the areas where I feel like I get a lot of oil throughout the day. Are you guys, am I in frame? Okay, so that's going to be around my nose and on the sides of my nose as I get powder all up in my eyeballs. And I'm going to bring it down here on my mouth because I do get powder, oily rather, around here, as well as my chin area. And I'm going to go between my eyebrows and right in the center of my forehead, because again, this is where I get oily. So now, gotta tell you guys, I'm a little scared to do this. I have seen so many people love this method, and a few people that weren't so crazy about it. So I'm kind of intrigued, can't lie, but also a little bit scared because this is all new for me, because I've been doing my makeup for what, 20 some odd years, and never ever have I ever put powder before a liquid. It's just something that's always been unspoken and unheard of in the beauty community. So okay, now that I have the powder, what I've seen Jackie Aina say, and I believe Wayne Goss, is to take a damp sponge and press the powder into the face. I've also seen some people not do this method, and perhaps that's why they didn't, you know, have good results, or they didn't like it. So I did my research, you guys, and because I wanted to make sure that I did this properly, because I want this to work, because, you know, especially when you have a day where, you know, you really want to keep your oils at bay, or if you're like me and you live in a hot climate. I live in Florida, so it's pretty much humid and hot every single day. I don't want my makeup to melt off my face midday. So, alright, so now that the powder is laid down and pressed in, I am going to go in with my foundation, and I'm just going to take my Milani Conceal and Perfect, and I'm going to put it on my little palette here. And I'm just going to use a pump and a half to start. And I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use the brush that I usually use with my foundation. And that's the Coastal Scents Angles Kabuki brush. I love this. I think I'm going to dot it on my face first. Let's do that. Okay. So I'm just going to dot this around as I normally would. And I really don't know how much to use. I have not used this foundation, you guys, in a very long time, because I've kind of been in love with my Wet n Wild foundation and my Healthy Elixir by CoverGirl. So we'll see how it works. Alright, I think that's a good starting point. What do you think? Alright, so I've seen, like I said, Jackie Aina's video and Wayne Goss's video, and both of them said not to swirl the foundation around. You kind of want to go in like a stippling motion. And so that's what I'm going to do. And see what this does. Foundation is smooth on my face, and I think we're good as far as the amount, so I'm not going to go with any more. But so let's just move along with the makeup application and see where we go from there. So I'm just going to go right into concealer, and I'm going to start off with my Better Skin by Maybelline. This is a Super Stay Better Skin in the shade Light. So I'm just going to, oh, this might be a little bit light. Yeah, it's a little bit light, so I think I'm going to mix in, I can highlight with this though. But for my under eyes, I think I'm going to mix in a little bit of the Maybelline Fit Me in medium. And I'm going to conceal around my face where I need it. Okay, so let's blend those in and see how it blends. Concealer is blending out nicely. I don't notice an issue with that. Oh, I forgot to do that one. Doesn't look bad, you guys, but I don't really notice a difference as far as pores. What do you guys think? Alright, so I am going to set my under eyes the way that I normally would, and I'm going to use my Damp Beauty Blender and my Laura Mercier powder. Just a little bit, because I always set my under eyes just because I don't like creasing, and I don't like that tacky feeling that concealers can leave. And again, I live in Florida, so it is a little bit hot here, to say the least, so I kind of like to set my makeup and make sure that it stays. And I honestly use like the tiniest amount. I'm not into the whole, you know, extreme baking every single day under your eyes, because I feel like it ages you, or it can age you. So all right, that's done, and we are actually going to do some cream contouring, because I figured why not do the whole thing, just to really put this method to the test. So let me just fix you guys a little bit. Okay, I hope that's okay. So for cream contouring, I'm going to use my Maybelline Fit Me Stick Foundation. This is the shade Coconut, and I love using this for contour just because it's really easy to just, you know, draw it on and get a contoured effect. Ooh. And I honestly just want to see how this blends over the powder. So alright, so initially I thought that it blends it in pretty easily, but it not as easily as it normally does. So I think, you know, the powder just, and I feel like in here, guys, between my eyes, it's just like kicking up. I don't know if I'm just a little bit dry in here today or what, but I feel like it's just not blending right. Is it just me? No, I can definitely see that, and it's driving me nuts, so I don't... Alright, so that's a little bit better. I'm not completely, I haven't completely made up my mind on this yet, but let's go ahead and apply some powder bronzer. I'm just going to use the e.l.f. foundation powder, or the finishing powder. This is the shade medium dark. I like using this for as a contour just because it's very cool toned, and I just love the shade. So I mean, you guys, like, product is going on, like powder is going on nicely over top of this. I just had a little bit of issue with that contour stick, so I don't know if it was that contour stick or what. I don't know how it's picking up on camera. I can only go by what's in my viewfinder, and that's not really a good indicator. So I don't know, you guys tell me in the comments. I'm sure you will anyway. But I mean, overall it looks okay so far. I just don't know what the difference is, you know. I don't know what the difference is lasting power wise compared to my normal, you know, liquids first and then powders over top. So I guess what we'll do is finish up, and then I will probably do like a wear test, because I don't want to, you know, just go by first application, especially since, you know, jury's still kind of out on this one. I just want to kind of, you know, give you guys a full on, you know, start to finish rundown of this, just so you can see if it's worth trying. So let me apply some blush. I'm going to do the Powder Blush by NYX. This is one of my favorites. It's in the shade Peach. I really love this blush. It's one of my all-time faves because it's like a peachy pink. And I'm just going to use my Real Techniques brush just to apply that. I'm going to apply a little bit to the apples of my cheeks. Okay, and then just some highlighter. Finishing, setting brush by Real Techniques and my Pure Nude highlighter by Essence. I love this, it's so good. So my camera died, not sure where we were, but I just lined my lips in my Palladio Nearly Nude liner, and then I'm going in with Black Radiance number 5205. Such a pretty color. Okay. I always set my face, you guys, so I'm not going to skip out on that. I'm going to use my Hard Candy 24-hour, Fast and Fabulous 12-hour makeup setting spray. I'll link everything down below that I used today, just so in case any of you guys are curious. Okay, so I think it looks really good right now. Not sure if it looks better than my normal method, but the real proof is going to be in the pudding at the end of the day. So I'm going to wear this throughout the day. It is now 10:45 a.m. So I'm going to wear this, and I will do some check-ins throughout the day just to show you guys where I'm at as far as my oiliness. See if anything breaks through. I do have to go to Walmart to get cat food. So yeah. Alright guys, that's it. I will see you guys in a couple hours. Hi guys. Okay, so right now it is 2 p.m. approximately, and I'm doing my first check-in in natural lighting, of course. The foundation has been on for about, what, 11, 12, 1, 2, about 3 hours. I think it looks pretty good. I don't know if, you know, it's accentuating my texture here. You guys can see the scarring that I do have from previous cystic acne, which usually doesn't happen for the most part when I do regular, you know, foundation and then powder on top. So as far as like my actual makeup, I think it looks pretty good, but I don't know about all of this. I do not have currently any oil seeping through, which is a plus. And I mean, it looks pretty good to me. What do you guys think? Except for the chin area, obviously. But yeah, so like I said, it's 2 p.m. now. I have a business call I'm about to jump on, and I guess I'll check in with you guys in a couple of hours. Hi guys, real quick before my battery dies, I just ate, so sorry. Had the foundation on for about 5.5 hours. Well, 5 hours. It's now 4:30. As you can see, I've got, let me see. Let me get a mirror because honestly, I have highlighter on. Okay, so it's holding up really, really good, you guys. I do not have any oil showing through, except for just like a tiny little bit around like the nose area, the mouth area. But really not much. I haven't applied powder. I have not touched up, not blotted, nothing. So it's doing pretty good. And probably the quickest check-in ever because my battery is about to die. So let me go charge and I'll check in with you guys in a couple of hours. Bye. Hi guys. Okay, so it is now 9:58 p.m. Foundation has been on for about 10 hours. So I think we are at the end of our day. And this is the final check-in. So, in front of my white lights here, this is my face after 10 hours wear with the foundation over the powder. I have not touched up, not blotted, not done anything. Not added powder, nada. So, we're looking pretty good. I see a tiny, tiny little bit of dewiness coming through, but honestly, not much at all. I'm actually going to do the blot test with you now for the first time just to see what kind of oil we have going on here. So I've just got my little rice paper here, and I'm just going to blot the sides of my nose, and that is legit it. So just a tiny little bit of oil, nothing crazy. And yeah, so I'm pretty pleased. So as far as the foundation, I mean, it did wear off around the sides of my nose. Just get my mirror here. Just around the sides of my nose here, I noticed a little bit of breaking up. But that's about it, you guys. I think other than that, it looks pretty good. I wouldn't mind running to the supermarket or the store if I had to with the space. So no complaints there. And like I said, the oil is really not that bad. I usually am an oil slick by the end of the day. So, and I've got to admit, you guys, I really think it looks good on camera. I could be wrong. I am just seeing it in the viewfinder and on Snapchat because I was snapping a lot today. If you don't follow me, you should. Info's down there in the description box. Down there. Follow me. It's a lot of fun. I want to say thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy this. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. It's free and it's so appreciated. Love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.